Hi friends, it's Miss Christina with some mad science for you. We're going to do a little engineering project today, and I'm going to show you how you can build a variety of different structures using some things you probably have in your kitchen. So the first option you have is to use toothpicks and some kind of a gummy candy like dots, or you can use gummy bears, that would work too. Anything like that that's kind of sticky but hard, just like these guys here. And all you need to do is to take your dots or your gummy candies and connect them using the toothpick. So you want to be very careful, especially if you have one that has a sharp end to it, that you don't poke yourself. So you just push the toothpick into the gummy, but not all the way through, just part of the way. And then you can add another one on the other end. And now you have the beginning of your structure. So you can keep adding on, depends on what you want to make. If you want to make a house or a tower, you can try making a bridge as well, but you just keep going. So let's add one here. So we add another toothpick, like that, and then another gummy. So what kind of a shape do you think we're making here? Right now it's an L shape, but if we add another gummy down here, we can make a square. So put your toothpick through here and your gummy here. So almost done. So we need another toothpick right here, right? And now we have a square, which would be a nice base for whatever you want to build. If you want to build up, then you put your toothpick vertical. So you stick it in this way, and then you can add a gummy here. So now you're building up, and you want to connect it in both directions. So you want toothpicks going up all the way around, and toothpicks going across to connect this layer as well. So I'll show you that. Get another gummy up here. And then we'll put a toothpick through both of those. So now, it's kind of hard to see. We have the beginning of a second layer that's just like this one here. And then you can keep building. So I'll show you, I had my niece help me and she made a house. It's a little tilty, but it's pretty sturdy. So that is the toothpick and gummy candy version. You can also do this with marshmallows, either the large ones or the little ones, doesn't matter, and spaghetti. So this one's a little trickier because sometimes the spaghetti will break when you push it through, so you have to be very gentle, but it's the same idea. So if we try to do this same thing, you'll probably want to break your spaghetti in half because the noodle is pretty long, but if you don't, that's okay too. You'll just have a really big structure. So if we snap it in half, and then we go through with marshmallow, and then we go on the other side, and then we'll go here. And again, you don't want to go all the way through the marshmallow, just maybe halfway through. And then we need some spaghetti. Get another noodle, snap it in half, and go through here. And then here to connect them. So we have our square. And you can adjust it if it's a little uneven. So there we go, that's a little better. And then if you want to build it up, you can do that. The spaghetti and marshmallow one is not quite as sturdy as the toothpick and gummy candy. So for this one, you'll need a little bit of patience as well. So once you start building up, you'll see what I mean. If you put in a noodle here to make that second layer, and a marshmallow, it starts to fall over a little bit, so you have to kind of hold it while you're working on the next side, so that once you put one here to connect it, it will hold itself up better. So let's do that. And there we go. It breaks pretty easily, so just gotta be gentle. Let's try a new piece. Let's try it this way, maybe. Go with this. And then that. So got the same thing here, but as you can see, this one's a little bit flimsier. So how can we make it stronger? We need to think about different shapes and which ones are sturdier than others. So I'll show you a little demonstration I have. I'll just let that fall over. If you have a square like what we built before, and you try to bend it, you try to squeeze it on the sides, it moves kind of easily. If you just push on one side, the rest of it moves. So what shape would be stronger than a square? Let's try a triangle. So for this one, if you try to bend it, squeeze the sides, it doesn't move as much. The triangle is much stronger than the square. So if you have a structure that's not very strong, like what we have happening over here, you can make it stronger by adding triangles into it. So you can add a piece of spaghetti here, because then that's going to turn this square into 2 triangles. So let's try adding some support. So figure out how long you need your piece to be by holding it up. So you'll need it almost the whole length of the spaghetti noodle. So you just take off what you don't need, and then push your noodle through, and then through this one. Oh. Let's try that again. Oh, we're having all kinds of difficulties now. So build that one back up. There we go. And then what if we try just going through the entire thing? We start with this one, or not, because they keep breaking. Well, let's see. Need it a little longer than that. Okay, so what if we pull this off for a second so we can get this one through, and then put it back on. Okay. It's still falling over a little bit, but you just play around with it and you keep adding and adjusting as you need until you get it nice and strong. So I'll show you how I did that earlier. I made, it's sticky, I made a tower. So this is just the spaghetti noodles and the marshmallows, but I made it a little bit smaller. So I think the larger that you make it, the weaker it's going to be. So if you start small, that works a little bit better. And I put a lot of support in there. So I made like an X shape in each square, in each side of it. and even on the bottom. Kind of hard to see. Like that. And then I made it pointy on the top with triangles on the side. So this top part is pretty sturdy, again, because it's a triangle, but these square sides need that extra support. So that is how you make a couple of different structures. So give it a shot and see what works for you, see what you can build, and have fun. See you next time.